When you ask a Malaysian what makes Malaysia unique, I'll bet their answer on the unique, one-of-a-kind diversity Malaysia offers. So, what is diversity to you? Is it as diverse as a country with multiple ethnicities, cultures, and religions? If that is your definition of diversity, then it is true. We have plenty of diversity in Malaysia. We can see it in schools, we can see it in the workplace, and we can literally see it anywhere we go. Diversity exists within the very fabric of our multi-ethnic society. However, my understanding of diversity includes acknowledging that different ethnicities live together in a country and accepting the differences between us and our cultures by practicing tolerance and inclusion. Therefore, on the surface, in Malaysia, diversity exists on the general definition that we have citizens of different ethnicities living together. But on a deeper level, are we truly united in this diversity? Are we inclusive in this diversity? Being a multicultural society, we Malaysians are no strangers to our many wonderful colors, and we should embrace this even further. For example, interracial matrimonies in Malaysia show how comfortable we are with the idea of starting a family with those of other ethnicities, religions, and cultures. It clearly indicates our tolerance for unions between people of different backgrounds, carrying the essence of diversity in our society. It is understandable that not all of them have warmed to interracial marriages, which is equally fine, so long that it does not stem from the perspective of the superiority of ethnicity. It is unfortunate that there exists a small segment of us who stigmatize ethnicities whenever they hear of black sheep committing a crime. We forget that a person's action does not reflect whole ethnic groups or religions. Such generalized opinions should not tarnish the strong bonds and trust we have long enjoyed in our society. As a multi-religious country, our people are free to practice Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, paganism, and any other practices in Malaysia. Of course, each of us wants to practice and represent our religion as best as possible. For years, we celebrated many holidays and festivals with friends and families, visiting each other during open houses, respecting prayers and congesting highways during the festive seasons. We have grown to love each of our respective celebrations. Through this, we learn and understand each other's beliefs and cultures to better live in peace and tolerance. True, sometimes we see some trolls attempting to throw about unwarranted views on race and religion on the internet. To this, I believe we Malaysians must always live by our courteous way of life. Use respectful tones and languages when discussing matters we may not fully understand, and avoid unnecessary conflict by accepting the many practices and cultures here in Malaysia. Sometimes, I think we appreciate the diversity that Malaysia offers, but not all of us have truly expanded our social circle. For me, those lucky enough to live in a place or state that offers a mixed racial neighborhood get to learn, observe, and reflect on their initial thoughts on the people of those ethnicities. They get to learn and appreciate diversity, even if they themselves may not realize it. Despite their differences, their neighbors are loved as family. Now, the real question is, how to better learn about Malaysian diversity? Well, from my experience, it's all about observation, asking, and listening. Now, allow me to share my personal backstory. I am a Bumiputra Sarawak. Specifically, I am part of an indigenous tribe called the Sidaya or Iban. When I first came to West Malaysia to pursue my studies, there were some who needed help understanding my background, as they had never been to Sarawak. They had assumptions about my home lodgings, surroundings, and way of life. They also did not understand the practices of my religion. Of course, I guess it was reasonable, as they never had the opportunity to visit the beautiful Sarawak and learn more about the Iban culture. Everyone is entitled to their views, so long as they remain non-verbal and not aimed at offending other people. You know what they say, not all opinions are golden. So, It is okay if you do not understand. A simple question like, hey, I'm not sure about your religion or culture, so can you correct me if I'm wrong? In my culture and religion, these are our practices. How about yours? See? Easy. You make it known that you have questions about people's cultures and religions. And at the same time, you seek clarification on whether what you understand is correct or not in a polite manner. Therefore, as time passes, people will know better that they can ask politely if they have questions or something that they are curious about. You see, we needed to be in such an environment where we get to experience, learn, and ask about other people's cultures in a safe and respectful space. In short, if we do not understand anything, just go ahead and ask. Do not listen to the trolls spreading on the internet. Sometimes they themselves do not understand their own spewings of hate and stereotypes. Misunderstanding breeds prejudice, and prejudice destroys the bond we have as Malaysians. No one likes to be disrespected. So, be mindful of your words, especially on social media. Not all of us understand each other, but we should try. It is never too late to learn and grow into a better person, and we must always keep doing our best to promote unity and tolerance. Learning and educating ourselves on the different ethnicities can be light. For instance, if you have friends of another race, you will have the opportunity to pick up their languages or slang along the way sooner or later. See, here is when it will benefit you. You may have started connecting to educate yourself on other people's cultures, but who knows, you may even find friends for life and even learn new languages too. The more diverse your social circle becomes, the more fun you will find in your everyday affairs. Just look at those living in the mixed-racial neighborhood compound. They may not intend to learn about their cultures, but still, they will grow closer as days pass and learn something new about their neighbors' cultures and even religions through observation. You may have seen videos where Malay ladies went viral for their ability to speak Tamil fluently, or Indian men chatting among their friends in Cantonese. This is the power of living in Malaysia, or more specifically, in Malaysia's mixed racial neighborhood compound. In fact, I have a similar experience as well. Back when I was a little kid, we had a West Malaysian neighbor back in Sarawak who was a Malay and a housewife to an army. She often hangs out with the other Iban moms during the evening. In the beginning, everyone spoke in Malay with her, as they understood she could not converse in Bahasa Iban. However, a year later, she spoke Bahasa Iban, rivaling the other Iban moms. This shows that she observed and listened throughout the year and immediately absorbed and picked up the language. Not only that, I remember when I was around 6 or 7, we had a rosary prayer in our home, and being the kid that I was, I invited our neighbor. She came to that prayer session even though she did not understand our prayers. She sat there in silence, respectfully honoring our prayers and invitation. Maybe some are not yet comfortable stepping outside of their comfort zone, but hey, when else will you have a front row seat to see the practices of other cultures and traditions, right? What better way to learn and explore than to see it for yourself? So, observe, ask, and listen. You don't have to go far. You can learn in your own neighborhood if you are lucky enough to live in a mixed racial community. As long as you keep an open mind and heart, we will remain strongly united in the beautiful diversity of Malaysia. When we understand the difference in cultures that we have in Malaysia, it becomes something that we are proud of. We have been living together as Malaysians for 59 years, yet many things are still left to be discovered. As an individual, I myself still have a lot to learn. There are still thousands of stories left unheard, and it should be our duty as Malaysians to jump into this parade to unite the people. We are the pillars of the future of this country, and as long as we stand united in appreciating and embracing our diversity, Malaysia will stand tall and proud. My name is Joannes Ngumbang, and that is all from me. Thank you.